Hello. You're very welcome to another episode of the Arkham Avengers FFPL podcast, where you're joined by the host, Eamon and Hector, along with Captain Fantastical Mick, and these chaps will be talking about football and other things. Do enjoy.
Hello listeners, and you're very welcome to another episode this week. As our intro said, you've got the host, Eamon, Hector, and we've no Captain Fantastical Mick, lads.
Now, I noticed that. AWOL again. This fella's as bad as that guy in the movie AWOL, Jean-Claude Van Damme. I mean, we don't see him now these days. Is he gone?
No, he isn't gone.
But he's not here, that's for sure.
That's quite correct, he's not here. By the way, how are you all keeping? A good week so far since we last spoke?
Yes, I had a good week. A good week, a busy weekend, and Monday was an extra day, the bank holiday, very good. At least I had that. You guys in this country, you have lots of these bank holidays. You do very well. I am really impressed. It's great.
Eamon, how was your weekend?
My weekend was very well. It was quiet, and I had an opportunity just to relax, read a few books, catch a few movies, and just generally took it easy. I don't think there was any need for racing about there. And, I think, counting down the weeks there, I think I saw, was it last week that somebody tweeted there was 10 weeks until the Premier League, starts again, which means the fantasy football will be starting again. We should be down to 9 weeks now.
Very good, Eamon. You keep the clock ticking there and we get back in business.
No worries, Hector. You rely on that, on me, and I look after that. And
any more thoughts on your movies, lads?
No, I haven't thought of anything else as such. I'm sticking with the French Connection.
Mm-hmm. Hector?
Well, I still like to see the Jaws. And now, they have another movie I'm thinking of watching. But I don't know. We could watch 2 movies.
There's not a chance we're watching 2 movies. You can knock that on the head straight away, Hector.
Okay, I'm going to think about this in the next days, and then we'll let you know. Is that okay? Yeah, I have Jaws, but I am not watching other movies.
And do we know what's happened to Captain Fantastical Mick? Why he's not joining us? I think he did say he wasn't going on holidays, and yet he's not here with us.
That's quite correct. He isn't gone. Well, he's not joining us. That's correct. And he's not gone on holidays. That's also correct.
But he's not here.
That's quite correct as well.
They are correcting. You think you're doing some sort of state exams? Correcting.
Hadn't you well up on your state exams?
I was reading the leaving cert, and they all started today, and I heard it on the news.
Well, now, Hector is just full of the news here. Have you any other news for us, Hector?
The price of fuel is going mad. My friends say it's costing them €100 to fill tank. Ridiculous.
Yeah, it is ridiculous. The cost of living in this country is going out of control. It's scandalous. When I was looking for a short breakaway, and the extortionate prices, it's gone mad.
It has gone mad. But look, we're not going to get into finances on this show here.
Well, I think we could do something about it, though. We might have to dedicate a segment just to talk about this for people to vent. Maybe some of our listeners want to email and contact us about experiences they have in Ireland. The saying of rip off Ireland is now being bandied about daily here.
Indeed it is. Okay, right. Captain Fantastical Mick. He contacted me before we got set up for the show. And sure, I'll play this recording and you'll hear yourself where Mick is. Roll it there, Hector.
Huh?
Roll it there.
Oh yes, oh yeah.
Well, Mick, I see you haven't joined us in the studio today.
That's right, sorry, I'm not making it in today. I'm in the airport, sorry.
Well, I can hear that, some racket there in the background. Eamon and Hector are sitting here wondering, what has happened to Captain Fantastical Mick? He hasn't appeared, he's not going on holidays, but we find out you're in the airport.
Well, that's right, something's come up and I've got to go. I'm catching a plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Well, actually, I do know.
Well, I should hope you know when you're going to be back. You did tell us you weren't going on holidays for several weeks.
Oh no, this isn't a holiday. This is business now. This is business. But I'll be back next week. Don't worry, lads. I'll be there.
Okay, very good. Any delays getting through on the airport there?
No, I'll walk through. I've got a bag on my shoulder and just strutted along there, walked in. Hassle free, no bother.
No, very good. Very good, because we had heard there was lots of reports of delays and that.
No delays with me. Oh, no way. When they see me walking in there, they say, "Oh, listen to the man who means business."
Okay. Can I ask Mick, any suggestions yet? Any ideas for the movie night?
Well, I have a few, actually. I heard that Eamon, he wants the French Connection, and then I heard that Hector, is he looking for Jaws, is it?
That's right, yes.
Oh, okay, well, look, I think I might have something that's a little bit more mellow, a little bit more light-hearted. Audience might enjoy it, and I'll be back next week and we're going to have a chat about it, alright?
That's not too bad. Alright, okay, Mick. We don't want you to miss your flight there. There's a lot of noise, as we said, in the background. Safe flying, bon voyage, and we'll see you when you're back.
That's alright, ciao. Give my regards to everybody and I'll be listening to the podcast later on. Okay, ciao.
And there you go. Mick's on his flight someplace.
I still don't know where he's going.
He did not say it. I did not hear. I heard someone racket about gate calling or something like that and boarding guard, but I know he went.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything. I'm none the wiser as to where he is.
Well, look, actually, he didn't say where he was going, but he said it's business. Sure, look, you can ask him next week, can't you?
Well, I think I certainly will. I mean, he's either in or out. Would I be correct in that?
He would be, yeah, but look, this is Mick. He comes and goes, and we just accept it.
Standards are slipping, if you ask me.
Moving swiftly on from Captain Fantastical Mick, will we take a look at the next 3 teams in our top 10? Listeners, just in case you missed it last week, we are going to review the top 10 teams in the league from 2021 to 2022. We had a look at 1, 2 and 3 last week. We're now looking at 4, 5 and 6 this week. And next week, we'll look at the remaining teams. Hector, Arkham Avengers are 4th this year. When you take a look at the team that they had in Game Week 1 and the team they had in Game Week 38, was there anybody who survived the tranche, the season's cull, as they would say? Okay, well, the Arkham Avengers, for their team, Game Week 1 team, they had the goalkeeper Sanchez. They had Shaw, Alexander-Arnold, White, the defence, Salah, Dallas, Buendia, Fernandez, Tony and Bamford and Ings were the strikers up front. The captain that week was Salah and he got 34 points and the game week total was 82. We fast forward to game week 38. Their goalkeeper now is Schmeichel. Cody was there. Cancelo, Robinson in defence. De Bruyne, Mount, Rodrigo, Son were in midfield. You do have Tony. Tony was there. And then Weghorst and Welbeck, they were the strikers up front. The captain was Son, he got 24 points. And their game week, 67 points. Okay, so Tony managed to make it from start to finish. I know he wouldn't have been in every week, but Arkham Avengers decided I'll throw him in for the last match. They had a total of 71 transfers last season. Their transfer cost was 156 points. Eamon, you were going to have a comment about this, I just know it.
I think it was just madness, but we did say that the spoofer is capable of doing all sorts of things. 71 transfers, and he came 4th. I think that speaks volumes. This is the manager who was interviewed only quite recently and said that he's learning every year from every season. Well, I have to say, if you were marking his cards here for how well he done, I'd have to be giving him a D or maybe an E for this. The transfers, he certainly hasn't got the tactics right for it. Lost too many points and really needs to tighten down on that. 71 transfers is an awful lot. It's too many in my book. He needs to settle in his team and stick with that. Yes, he will have to make transfers. We all know that, but not this extortionate number.
Hector, would you have anything to add on that? Not much more I have to say. Eamon has hit nail on head there. 71 transfers, madness stuff, you know. Some managers might do that, but they have to get the book. You're not getting the book for the bang. Okay. Their best run, where their team was on the rise in the table, game week 7 to game week 11, they were 5 weeks on the rise. Now, also, game week 14 to game week 18, they were another 5 weeks on the rise. Their worst run, though, came in game week 31 to game week 35. 5 weeks on the drop. And that's the Arkham Avengers for you lads. We move on now to Legion 11. Eamon, talk us through their game week 1 team.
They also had Sanchez and goals. And they had Keane, Shaw, Dunk, defence, Fernandez, the donkey. Salah was there, Gundogan, Suik, Dallas, and they had Banford and Iniacho up front. Salah was their captain, they got 34 points, and they had a total game week points of 79. When we look at the team in game week 38, they also had Schmeichel in goals, they had Cancelo in defence, Matip, Davies, Maddison and De Bruyne, Son, Rafinha, Ward, Prowse, Tony, Antonio were up front. Their captain was the Sonny Son, got 24 points. Their total game week points was 83.
And they had 56 transfers, which cost him 96 points. 56 transfers, what do we make of that?
I think it's a little bit on the high side. If he was around maybe the 40 mark, I think that would be good for the manager there.
And their best run, of course, where they were on the rise on the table. Game week 6 to game week 9, they were 4 weeks on the rise. However, game week 16 to game week 19 also saw them on the rise 4 places. And their worst run came in game week 33 to game week 35. 3 weeks on the drop. And that was it for Legion 11. In this episode, we finally come to Raglan Road. Eamon, I'll let you take game week 1 team.
The goalkeeper here was Martinez, and they had Kofel, White, Diaz and Shaw in defence. Salah was in midfield with the donkey Fernandez. Saka, Dallas, Suic and Iniacho was up front. Salah was the captain, 34 points, and their game week total was 76.
And Hector, what about their team in game week 38?
Their goalkeeper was Pope, and they had Cancelo, Dyer, Rudiger in defence, Son, Barnes, Gray, Bernardo, and they had Zaha, Welbeck and Kane up front.
So nobody from that team, the original team, made it to the last team as such. And they had transfers, total transfers, 45. The transfers cost them 48 points. Do we think that was more acceptable for a new manager as well?
I think it would be, yes. It's not a bad return. 45 transfers, 48 points. Considering that they came in 6th place. It's good. Yeah, it's quite good. Not too bad.
And I have to say then, their best run where they were on the rise on the game league table was game week 15 to game week 21. 7 weeks on the rise. Not a bad run.
That's quite good. It's not bad.
And their worst run, game week 25 to game week 32. 8 weeks on the drop.
And that's when the damage was done, when they were trying to fight for 3rd and 4th place.
And that's it. So that's our 3 teams this week. As I said, next week we will be taking a look at the remaining 4 managers and their teams to see how they got on. And that's it, lads, now for that. Hector, you mentioned that you wanted to talk about you went after a show, was it? Or is it that you went?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I believe, Hector, you said you were out and about on Sunday, and you were at was it a musical? I thought I heard you mentioning something to Eamon about this the other day.
Yeah, that's right. I was at a musical with friends.
Oh, no, do I have to listen to this again? I've already listened to this. Can I just leave now and not have to sit through this torture again?
But you know all about it there.
No, all I heard him talking about was that he went to some musical. The musical was great. The musical was funny. The musical was musical. He said there was lights. There was smoke. He was harping on about how great this was. We could go back to see it again. I know. I just had enough of this. I actually tuned out, so I don't know what he was talking about. I said to him, I had an article to write, and I hadn't time to be listening to this. And he kept saying, look, he was on about something about shoes. That's that I knew.
Oh, I see. Okay, so right. Okay, so Hector, you were at a musical with friends.
It's a pity he didn't stay out with the friends.
Huh? Stay out where, Eamon? Where would I go and stay?
You could stay out with whoever's in the musical. Follow the circus to another town. Actually, keep going and following that circus from town to town, Hector.
No, Eamon, it was not a circus. I told you it was a musical.
Okay, can I ask, what is the name of the musical?
Oh, yes. Yeah. Okay. It was all shook up.
What was shook up?
That was the musical.
You're saying the musical was shook up. How is the musical shook up?
No, it was all shook up.
I think, look, this is what I said. Look, Hector's getting his wires crossed.
No, I'm not getting my wires crossed. I know what it was called.
Which was? I'm asking you, what was it called?
And I tell you, all shook up. I already say this.
Is this the musical that has songs with Elvis Presley in it?
I know see this Elvis guy. I didn't see him in the musical.
I thought the love of Mary.
No, Hector, Elvis Presley is dead. He's a singer. You're aware of Elvis Presley, are you?
Yeah, I heard him. Yeah. Return to sender. There is unknown. Yeah, I know him.
Okay, so what I'm asking you is, at this musical, were they singing his songs like Jailhouse Rock, Fools Fall in Love, Teddy Bear Dance, those type of songs?
I heard the Jailhouse Rock. Yeah, if I remember that.
Okay, what about Blue Suede Shoes? Were they singing that?
Yes, they sang that. Yes.
Finally, the penny drops.
Oh, this sounds interesting, Eamon. Where did you go to see the musical, Hector?
Hold on, I remember.
Now, and I remember this because they have borrowed the name of the theatre. Yes,
Hector, any time today?
hold on. Yeah, the Crow. Yeah, the Crow. It was the Dean Crow Theatre in Athlone.
Oh, very nice.
And you enjoyed it? Very much so.
And can you tell us and our listeners anything about this musical?
I can. There was a guy called the Shad, and he had this guitar and a motorbike. And when he come to town, all the funny business stuff like smooshing and dancing. Was this other guy? He was a funny guy. He was the Shad's psychic. He was Dennis is his name, and there was a girl mechanic called Natalie. Although the Shad, he called her Nancy. I'm not sure why he done that at one point. There were two young people, they were Lorraine and the Dean, and they were going to run away, but the Shad told him to stay. Oh yes, and they had this mayor, and she was trying to outlaw fun.
I certainly can't imagine why she would want to do that.
And there was a woman, and she ran the museum, and the Shad and Jim, they were chasing after her.
Why were they chasing after her?
They were in love.
Oh, all right, okay, that makes sense.
But you know what then? This Natalie, she become Ed.
What? Who is Ed?
You see, Natalie liked Shad, but Shad, you only have eyes for the museum lady, and Natalie thought if she were to be like Shad's psychic, then he might like her.
I thought you said that this Shad already had a psychic. They called him Dennis, wasn't it?
Yes, you're right, Eamon. However, Ed, now he take over as psychic.
Just like that. What happened to the guy called Dennis?
Oh, he was around. He no go far. He was there as well.
So you're saying that Natalie, who's a mechanic, turned into Ed, and what you're saying, this was in order to schmooze you up to the Shad.
You got it, Eamon. You got it. It's like you write the musical, Eamon.
Did this grand plan work for Ed, who is really Natalie?
No, I tell you, the Shad, he wanted the museum lady, but she don't want him.
Hang on a moment. Hold on a second here. I'd like to clarify one thing. Hector, you keep saying the Shad. Is that the character's name in this musical, or would the name just be Chad?
No, he know just Chad.
No. What I mean is his character's name Chad?
Yeah, sure. What do you think he's going to be called? Frank?
You're the one calling him the Shad. Since you started the story, you have me calling him that too.
Why would you be calling him the Shad? His name's Chad.
Hey, look at here. I give up.
And Hector, was there a happy ending to this? Never mind about Eamon there.
A super ending. Yeah, super ending. Everyone was standing, clapping hands. We were singing, kids dancing in the aisle. Was how you say, was the word charged.
Charged?
Yeah, charged. You know, like when you touch a fence, you get the boozy, the shock. You feel the charge.
So really what you're saying is
The ending was electric. See.
Well, Hector, I'm glad that you enjoyed the musical. I take it because it was in Athlone. This is the Athlone Musical Society who put on this performance. And look, all credit to everybody involved. Will you be returning to the theatre, Hector?
You really have to ask him that. I mean, let's face it. Everywhere Hector goes, there's some sort of drama.
True.
Can I ask you a question here? Would either of you know where I get blue suede shoes? I look in the Burgess shop in Athlone, and they don't have them. Do you know maybe where there is a shop where I can get the blue suede shoes? Because everyone in the show, the blue suede shoes. Don't step on my blue suede shoes.
Well, Hector, you might have a look online. I don't know. You might have to do a bit of research. I have to say, I myself wouldn't really be looking for blue suede shoes, or I wouldn't have much information on that.
You could always try next.
What's next, Eamon? We have another part of the episode. I thought we were starting to finish.
No, I'm saying you could try next.
Try what next? You're talking no sense here.
The shop next, Hector. That's what I'm saying.
You're shopping next.
Hector, there's a company called Next. They have shops called Next dotted around the country, and they sell clothes.
But I don't need clothes. I tell you, I look for blue suede shoes, Eamon. I tell you this already. Why you not listen to me?
No, you're not listening to me. I'm telling you, this shop called Next, as well as selling clothes, they sell shoes. I'm sorry you started this now. Look, they may have your blue suede shoes, okay? I need some fresh air after this.
The fresh air is next.
Hector, are you trying to rise me up here?
Okay, all right, gentlemen. We might discuss fashion and footwear on another episode. I think it's time to draw this episode to a close.
Thankfully, yes.
And as always, thank you very much for joining us. And I hope our listeners have enjoyed the show and maybe got a little bit of information, maybe something to ponder on there, especially with all the transfers. Maybe one of our listeners knows where Hector can get blue suede shoes.
feel free to email us through or contact us on Twitter. You'll find us. Our addresses are in the show notes. And gentlemen, until next week, I hope that you're going to have a nice couple of days and a lovely weekend and not get up to too much drama.
Certainly not with me. No, I have a couple of articles to write and I shall be doing that and get busy. And thank you, as always. Pleasure to be on the show, even if I have to listen to this Ramadan here beside me.
Hector? Well, thank you. And maybe someone know where I get the blue suede shoes. I will look with this thing called Next. I haven't seen this shop there. I have a look. You know, I will Google it next down now. I'll have a look for it there now. Okay, well, enjoy your few days and your weekend, and we will be talking to you next week. We'll probably be talking to you before then, no doubt.
Oh, you're getting the calls and the texts as well, are you?
They pop in from time to time. It's nice to keep in touch. Indeed it is. Thank you, gentlemen. It's a pleasure as always. And listeners, thank you for joining us today. I hope that all is well wherever you are, and that you will come and join us next week. Don't forget to tell your family and friends. Do subscribe. And if you want to get in touch with us, we are on Twitter, we are on Facebook, and you can also email us at arkhamAvengersFFPL@gmail.com. And all that's left for me to say is a warm thank you and good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Wherever you are in the world, stay safe and talk to you next week.